Hello and welcome to Talk of Games match preview of Leicester City against West Ham United. Gonzo, would you like to kick us off with your thoughts on the Foxes, please?
Yeah, they are. What they're doing, they're actually doing okay, really, aren't they? They didn't spend as much as Southampton and Ipswich, the other promoted teams, and I think they are at the point of us recording this. They're still above them, I think. So I think they've done really well. I think they might. What did they spend? 40 million or something like that, and I think the others spent, possibly even double that in Ipswich's case. So I think they've done okay. I don't really know. Maybe you can enlighten me. Is the situation, are they going to get docked some points this season? Because I know they're flirting between the two divisions. If they'd have stayed down in the championship would have done them. And if they would have stayed in the Premier League the season before, then the Premier League would have done them. So it seems like people want to basically punish them for spending money. And I always say this, be it Newcastle or anyone else, I will defend anyone's right to spend money. I think leave them alone. Leave Leicester alone and let them spend their money. They clearly, despite the very, very sad, well, it's a game against us, wasn't it? But the former owner died in the helicopter accident. Despite that, I think his son's carried it on. If his son wants to continue to invest money in there, they lost a lot of money over COVID. I think is a really big point as well with Leicester City. I think if they have the money to spend it, let them spend money. But are they going to get punished, Gio?
I don't know. Truth be told, I'm unaware. I'm much in the dark as you are in regards to this. Usually, there'd be a week between games, and I'd be able to sit and listen to a couple of Leicester City fans' podcasts and catch up. However, I am doing a video with a Leicester City fan later on in the evening recording this. So I'm going to ask him. So we'll have the answer for you later on today or tomorrow on this channel. A Leicester City fan will tell us what's going on. I think, funnily enough, they're actually proof as to why you should leave clubs to spend what they can, because the worst thing happened. They got relegated, and guess what? Didn't go out of business.
No.
Part of the reason was, we're doing it to protect you. So if something goes wrong, the club will be okay. Well, something did go wrong. They got relegated.
Yeah.
And they were all right. They were fine. They came straight back up again. And with parachute money, it's incredibly helpful to the three relegated sides. Now, in regards to Leicester, I think they've possibly got the worst squad in the Premier League. It's them or Southampton for me. There's much between them. And when I've watched them this season, normally when I watch Southampton and Ipswich, there's some performances I've seen I can go, actually, maybe they'll be okay. I can see this and I can see that. They're going to need a lot of luck. They might just get 17th or 16th. They might just make it. But when I've watched Leicester City, there's been nothing. Nothing at all. Now, I didn't watch them loads last season. I'm not going to pretend I watched Leicester lots in Championship. I usually pick 2 or 3 teams in Championship and watch them when I can during the season. Leicester City were not one of them. However, I feel like it's irrelevant. A, it's in the Championship, but B, Enzo Maresca left. Had he still been the manager at the minute, that last season would be relevant to this season, because you'd be able to look at their manager and say, well, this is what he's trying to do. You can see he's going to need a little bit of time to adapt to the Premier League. But that's gone. He's gone. And now on to the second manager after him. The hiring of Cooper was never one that fills you with confidence as a neutral. Weird. I did feel it was a little bit, because in the summer they would have, the presentation of Leicester City, and it's similar to West Ham to some extent, the presentation of Leicester City to potential managers is, look, we've just got promoted, we've got a bit of money to spend, but we've got a good team in the Championship. We were the best team in the Championship, so bring in your own players and keep us up. All you got to do is keep us up. Can you do that? Whereas now it's, well, we've been exposed a little bit. The summer transfer window's done. That's the squad you've got, and it's as simple as that. January, remember, there's not much left in the coffers because we've just had to pay off a manager after 2 months. Yeah, but there is a little bit of me that's impressed by how ruthless they were. I'm not going to lie, Gonzo, there was a little bit of me when they sacked Cooper. I thought, I wish West Ham had a little bit of spine like that. They said, look, we've made a mistake.
Yeah.
Out you go. We're going to do something else. Because they sacked him at the same time I was hoping we would sack Lopetegui. And if there's any fan base...
You really wanted Cooper, didn't you?
I really did not want Cooper. But if there's any fan base that could probably relate to Leicester City fans that want rid of Cooper, is West Ham fans, because the neutrals would say, oh, it's a bit early. No, you can tell early doors ain't working. Anyway, they appointed Ruud van Nistelrooy. What did you make of that appointment?
desperate. Yeah, I mean, look, as I understand it, before he got. He had a little run. He had a little run in Holland, didn't he? He had a little stint where he did all right, as I understand it, and then he got taken on to go up to Old Trafford and be assistant there to Ten Hag. I'm sorry, I don't wish to be a downer on Leicester. I've got nothing against Leicester at all. In fact, Leicester are the poster boys for that winning that Premier League. They really are. You know, fair play to them. And they are what should be allowed to happen to all clubs. They allowed the rest of us to dream, but they're also probably the reason that why there's so much FFP and PSR and all this other nonsense at the moment, because they don't want another Leicester to happen again, right? So, but I don't blame them for the last team that really dared to dream, and we've all been punished for it. But I don't blame them for that at all. Van Nistelrooy, look, I mean, he's got crap players to play with. I mean, at the end of the day, he's dealing with a club. What can he do? He's either going to play 3 at the back or he's going to play 4 at the back. He'll play 1 up top or 2 up top. He'll either press or he won't press. He'll play a high line or he'll play a low block, blah, 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 blah. Whatever he does, we'll have seen it all before. And it doesn't really matter. Honestly, you could actually have, maybe Pep Guardiola is a bad example at the moment, but you could have Jurgen Klopp going in there and he's not going to suddenly turn them into a top 8 team. There's nothing. It's players. It's all about players in the Premier League, and it's why this chasm is opening up in the way it is. It's why the parachute money is so important. It's why if Leicester do go down, they'll come back up again, because whilst they will still have a couple of half decent players in there. Who would probably be able to get them back up and firing again. It's all about money. It's all about players. And I just don't think, no matter how talented a coach you are, that you can bridge the gap. I think they're all talented. I think McKenna's talented. I think Company was talented at Burnley. I think Russell Martin's probably got a really good ethos as well at Southampton. It doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter. So it doesn't. It really does. It is, unfortunately, I'm afraid to say, it's rearranging the chairs on the Titanic. I would be
a while since you got to say that.
Thank you. Oh, it's nice to bring it back. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what he does. You know, he can arrange the pieces on the tactics board all he wants. There, I don't know. Cooper had him in 16th. I know they weren't great to watch. I'll tell you this now. Even though Cooper had him in 16th, if Leicester City end up in 16th, they'd be bloody delighted, and the manager just got rid of Adam there anyway.
Yeah, but I think it's going to sound mental saying this about a team that was 16, but I think they were punching above their weight being in 16th. I don't think the results reflected their performances. Like I said, I've watched them quite a bit. I do my best to watch every team. And at this stage of the season, I've seen every team play a minimum of 3 games each now. Mm. They're crap, but they're not a good footballing side. Their best player, one of their best players, out for the remainder of the season as well. So that's just bad luck as far as Leicester are concerned. There's nothing they can do about that. But the appointment of Ruud van Nistelrooy is an interesting one, because it looked like what they felt. This is going to sound similar. Okay, I'm going to remove names here. The football club in the summer had to appoint a new manager and thought they were going risk-free by appointing a manager with Premier League experience. And it turns out it was the bad decision. I'm talking about Leicester, but I could very well be talking about West Ham there. But they thought that Cooper was a safe pair of hands. Very quickly realised, actually, we've got this wrong. And they've gone completely the other way with a risk. And I have no evidence to back this up. It's just opinion. I think they've hired him off the back of a handful of games as Man United caretaker manager, rather than what he did with PSV, because would he have got that job without that little stint post Ten Hag? I remain unconvinced. Van Nistelrooy became flavour of the month very quickly. As soon as Ten Hag got sacked, Van Nistelrooy went in. Man U started winning. They started scoring goals. They were. Did they beat? Was it Leicester? They beat in the League Cup under Van Nistelrooy beat Leicester in the Cup under. For some reason, in my head it says I think Man U beat Leicester 5-2 in the League Cup or something. I've got that in my head anyway. But anyway, that little stint has possibly done enough just to say to Leicester, take a chance on me. And part of me hope it works. I really do, because I get fed up of seeing the same old managers on the merry-go-round in the Premier League. And Cooper's not really one of those. He's not quite the same as Alan Pardew and Sam Allardyce, but you don't want it to become that.
It was 3-0 to Manchester United.
Wonder where I got 5-2 from. Anyway, I think I know your answer, and I think you know mine. Do you think Leicester are going to stay up?
No. They could finish 17th. It's not completely implausible, but it's highly unlikely. I think Wolves catch them. I don't think Palace will stay down there. Well, I think they'll stay down there. I just don't think they'll be in the bottom three. Palace. I think the three promoted teams go down. Realistically, I think that's just what's going to happen. I'm sorry to say that. I don't, if you don't watch his channel, and there'll be Leicester fans probably think, crikey, what's wrong with this geezer? I'm not here, trying to be disrespectful or anything like that. And it's not. Well, it's not disrespectful. I just don't. It's just a sporting opinion. I don't think so. They could sneak it at 17.
Yeah. Any Leicester City fans new to the channel, go back to 2017 on this channel and watch our Leicester City previews.
Yeah.
We get a completely different.
You will.
We were jealous. We were envious of you. Look at them.
Mahrez and Kante and all the stuff.
Indeed, then you loved the Ndidi and Tielemans partnership when they were at there.
And Madison, the triple stuff.
When you used to love a bit of that.
Stuff. It was brilliant.
Now, some Leicester fans are reminiscing, right? They're going, I liked it back then as well. To be fair.
Yeah, brilliant. All bases covered, yeah.
Yeah, I still remember being at us playing Leicester City at the London Stadium when we first moved in. And a young Ben Chilwell came on, because I remember going, who the hell's this guy? Ben Chilwell appeared. No, I think they're going down. I think they're the only team I'm very confident in getting relegated, and I'm quite confident in Southampton getting relegated. Just squad's not good enough. Really. It's going to take a bit of a miracle for Ruud van Nistelrooy to keep him up.
And I am sorry football's like that, Gio. I am sorry it's become like that. They've not been allowed to spend. I don't think it's fair.
Players in Meyer?
Not really. I think, but it doesn't mean Jordan Ayew won't score. By the way,
I forgot about him.
Get that right. What a career! No, so sorry. Okay, sorry. Yeah, players I admire. Yes. What a players that are a threat. No. What a career Jamie Vardy's had. He was there getting an assist again the other day. I remember so when did they win the title? 2016? Yeah. 2016, right. I remember we put in a bid of £25 million for him the next season. And I thought, oh, no, that's too much. He's too old. He won't be able to keep going. Bloody hell. How wrong was I? It's amazing. But those skinny people, right? Remember Sheringham was like that. Giggs was like that. The people that carry no weight at all, they just play football forever. It's amazing. And I watched him when he gets this assist. He sort of ran what you might call the inside left channel, like an old inside left channel, if you want. I don't know what they call it now. They probably got.
You're right.
Do they still call it an inside left channel?
Yeah,
not for long. I'm sure they'll find another funky name.
Some. If it's in front of the 18-yard box, they'll say the half space.
Oh, well, half space. Beautiful. I love it. So he was in the I'm going to call it the inside left half space, and he actually out sprinted his marker. I don't know what we call a marker these days, but the guy that was marking him,
Pinnock.
He did. You calling me a pillock, or is that
just continue?
Okay, so he's outstripped, not in a sexual sense, but he's outstripped Pinnock, and then and I thought, wow, absolutely brilliant. Look at his pace. His pace was still there, and he sort of squared the ball over, and someone got a tap in. But it was his pace is still there. He's a remarkable player, remarkable player, and what a great career he's had. Come from non-league as well, so yeah, I greatly admire Jamie Vardy, massively so.
It's a team of what happened to them, really. I would echo Gonzo's sentiments, but I don't want to repeat for the sake of it. But you look at some of those Leicester players like James Justin, you think you were like really good when you broke. I know he's been riddled with injuries, but he's been crap since I've seen him this season. Indeed, he was deemed as the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League once upon a time. You look at him now, you think, what's happened to you, mate? What's going on here? Harry Winks broke through at Tottenham and looked good, and then he's at Leicester now, and basically Harry Winks the second at Spurs, and Oliver Skipp is also at Leicester City, and he's also at Leicester City playing Harry Winks the second, just in blue.
More Harry Winks now, isn't it? Let's be perfectly honest.
Mavidi's a good player. I liked him when I did briefly watch him last year. I did like him because we were linked to him quite a bit a few seasons ago. Fatawu is the player that was injured who looked excellent. The player that stands out the most for me this season is not even a Leicester City player, and that's the player I can't pronounce, Buonanotte. on loan from. I don't know how you pronounce his name.
No, I like
Gonzo.
it. I like the last pronunciation.
Buonanotte.
I have been. That's why I'm not on the good list this Christmas.
Anyway, the Brighton attacking midfielder that's on loan at Leicester. I've got a feeling I wouldn't be surprised if Leicester City fans are falling in love with their loan player. Something you shouldn't do.
No.
Anyway, shall we move on to our team?
Yes.
Before we do, just one point of direction. This video sponsors Match Bingo. They are still going. They're still sponsoring us, but they've got some new games coming up. So old sponsor, brand new games coming up later on this month. So get it downloaded. The link to do that is in the description below. But they've got 2 promotions for you ahead of this fixture. First of all, if you sign up as a new customer and you deposit £10, you get £10 extra credit for free. And also in this game in particular, if you buy 4 cards, you will get 5 cards. You will get a freebie from Match Bingo. The cards are only £2 per play. It's a very low cost game in order to add a little bit of fun to it. And we've had over 100 winners from Hamish Chat. Bob has won again. He's won quite a bit on Match Bingo.
Nice
he's doing all right. He's going bankrupt Match Bingo. I think Bob is.
He's Rich Bob now. We call him.
Yeah,
Bunce and Bob.
I might become friends with him just in case I ever meet him outside, meet him in a pub before a game or something.
Yeah.
Bob, you getting the
billionaire Bob?
Billionaire Bob, get the drinks in. Anyway, download it. Links in description below. Basically, you get 15 events that you need to happen in the game. Pays out first line, second line, and full house. Good luck if you're playing along. Team news for West Ham is good news. Mohammed Kudus is back. 5 games he's been absent for. It feels like a new signing. I can't even, well, I do remember last time we seen him because he was whacking Tottenham players, but it feels that long ago. I can't really recall seeing him play for West Ham. Still no Niklas Füllkrug. However, it's good news. Not that he's absent, but he's now targeting the Bournemouth game. So he's trying to be fit for that one. So not the next fixture, the one after it. In 3 fixtures' time, he's hoping to be available for that game. Mavropanos and Creswell missed the game at the weekend against Arsenal with a virus, so they're uncertain. But for the sake of this preview, Gonzo, you can select either or both if you wish, because it makes it a bit interesting. I guess so. Everybody bar Füllkrug is available for you, Gonzo. So, with that in mind, would you like to talk me through your goalkeeper and your defence, please?
Yep, I'm going to bring Areola back for this one, following what we saw against Arsenal, which we shouldn't really mention that anymore. I'll try not to mention Arsenal. I would. Wan-Bissaka, wonderful again. Great back-to-back goals.
Were you playing him right back up front, attacking mid?
Yeah. Oh, well, don't blame me. It's what Lopetegui's doing. Lopetegui's playing him everywhere. Yes, I will predict he will play right and left back in this game. There you go, Leicester. There you go, Ruud. There's a little snippet for you. Todibo, Kilman, and of course, free kick specialist Emerson Palmieri. That's what I'm going to call him now because of the free kicks. I'm going with the full Palmieri, the double-barreled name.
I would retain Lucas Fabianski in goal. I know he didn't cover himself with glory against Arsenal, but I don't think he did too much wrong either. He didn't have a good game. He had a poor one, but I don't think it was disastrous. But I guess it depends on your opinion on the penalty he conceded. My opinion is shouldn't have been a penalty, so I'm going to find it hard to then punish him for something I don't think should have stood. So I'm going to keep Fabianski in goal because I think up until then he's been really good. And in 5 of the last 6 halves of football, West Ham have kept clean sheets.
That's a good one.
In the last 6 halves of football, West Ham have only conceded goals in 1 half. We conceded 5, but there you go. My defence is the same as Gonzo's though. Messi at right back with Todibo and Kilman centre back and Emerson in midfield. Now moving into midfield, then this is where it gets interesting. What you fancying?
I'm actually bringing Alvarez back for this one, and I'm going to drop Thomas Souček because I just think he's just a little bit better at passing, and I think this is the way through. I think you've got to spring some early passes, and I think we're going to have to work our way through quite quickly. So I think if he could get that through to Paqueta and Soler, we know Paqueta very, very able to launch that ball over the top, which I think we're gonna have to do, and then that threaded through ball that we saw Soler demonstrate so beautifully for Obi Wan-Bissaka's goal. Yeah, I think we're going to need a little bit of that. So I want to get them the ball very, very quickly. everyone's in trouble. We're all in trouble. Lopetegui's in trouble. If we're relying on a set piece or something to try and beat Leicester, then we've got bigger problems. So yeah, I'm gonna drop Souček just for this one because I feel it's the right thing to do for this game.
I think we're going to be relying on Wan-Bissaka to produce the goods again for us. My midfield would be unchanged, actually. Souček, Paqueta and Soler. And the reason being is I thought Alvarez was okay when he came on. However, I just think he was a little bit headless chicken. He was very erratic. He was just running all over the place. And because the half was so lame and tame and it was just devoid of anybody making an effort, to see somebody making an effort was positive. But I think sometimes it takes you miss what he's not doing, which is staying in his position and being disciplined. He wasn't. He was off charging around the pitch. And I think the midfield three worked against Newcastle, and I want to see them given a chance in a game where they've got a chance, if that makes sense. They got whooped by the Arsenal midfield, but I think Arsenal were just purring on Saturday night. I wasn't that angry after the Arsenal defeat. I've been far angrier this season. Insert Tottenham, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest. I was far more pissed off with those performances than the Arsenal one. So I would go with Souček, Soler and Paqueta. And if I was dropping any of them, it might be Paqueta, to be honest with you. But I think this is a game that might actually suit all three of them. So looking forward to it. So while we disagree on goalkeeper and midfield goals, I think we may agree on the attack. So take me through your options, please.
Well, I'm going for a triple pivot in the full space with a floating number 2 for this one. So I will go with Jared Bowen on the right hand side, and a beast in the middle, and I'm bringing back Mohammed the Slapper Kudus. Sorry, it's like WWE in it or something. Yeah.
So you're dropping Fabianski for punching someone, but you're bringing Kudus back in after he punched someone.
Yes, when I said slapper, I meant that. I didn't mean he's been around to get around a bit. Do you know what I mean? Flashing his knickers at everyone. No, he is literally been slapping Mickey van der Ven, and he accidentally. I don't know what happened with Richarlison, but something accidentally happened. I still think it's because Richarlison's got a big hooter, and he just sort of got in his way. And someone else fell over, and anyway, so it was all going on really. But I would bring him back. That's a little bit of bite and a little bit of snap. I could bloody show Fabianski, if you're going to hit someone, hit them properly, make contact. Do you know what I mean? Let's see it just grazing Gabriel's cheek like that. Yeah. So bring back Kudus, bring back the band one.
No, we're not matching then. In that case, I knew you were going to bring back Kudus. Is just the wrong player. I would retain Jared Bowen on the right. I would keep Somerville on the left, although I thought he was quite poor against Arsenal, to be honest with you. But I'd play Kudus through the middle, and the reason being is I'm just unsure how much minutes Antonio can manage Saturday and Tuesday. It's as simple as that, really. You know, he looks tired after an hour in 90 minutes of football. So how quick can he recover? I'm not convinced we're going to have the Antonio that we've seen against Newcastle, against Leicester City, and we need that version of him. But we can have that version for half an hour off the bench. I'll take that because it can make a big impact in the team. And I just think we require, I appreciate people are going to say I'm contradicting myself here because I've included Thomas Souček. I understand that, but I want to crank up this sort of like technical factor against Leicester City, if you like, because we are better than them. We have better players than them. We should be able, if Lopetegui wants to outpass the opposition, this is one of the games we should be able to do it. But especially in the final third up against Leicester City's defence. And I just think you're going to get better passing patterns and runs from Kudus, Bowen, Somerville with Paqueta and Soler behind them than you would with a different combination up front. So yeah, that's
what yourself there.
Go on then.
I don't know. You just said
Yeah.
someone saying. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, well, why is Souček playing then? But I thought that's
No. I just thought I'd leave it. I just wanted to say it.
Well, you could have been a bit naughtier than that.
I could have done.
You went
Yes.
Fabianski naughty, not Kudus naughty.
It's true. It's absolutely true.
Bit
Yeah.
half-hearted.
I was. Yeah. Put some effort in, man. Yeah. Sorry.
Anyway, so that's my team and Gonzo's team. Let us know the team you would like to see play against Leicester City in the comments below. Gonzo, a bit of a big match for Lopetegui.
Oh, he can't lose this.
I think he can't draw this. I think he's got to win it.
Yeah, you just know. I'm not even necessarily sure he gets the sack straight after, if it's the case. But with the fan base, he can't do this. He can't. That's your free. I thought he had a free pass against Arsenal, and he sort of did, but I didn't expect it to be that bad. I didn't like the way the referee was crap, right? We all agree the referee and the officiating was crap. But him started saying, "Oh well, maybe we better learn. Maybe there's a different version of the rules, and we need to learn them." No, you don't, mate. You just need to not get banned from the touchline. So you're in your own technical area. What you need to do is not use those tactics against Arsenal. You need to come up with something a little bit smarter than that. Don't worry about reading the FA. Rule 28. Subsection 4A. Don't worry about that, mate. Just sort your own stuff out, basically. Not impressed at all. He cannot lose this game because I think it would be, never mind saying a fan base like I'm not part of it. I'd let absolute rip at him if he loses this.
Yeah, it's a must win as far as I'm concerned. If we lose, will he get sacked? I don't think so. I think he'll get the next game against Wolves, but we're already on this 3-game merry-go-round. This is why I'm jealous of Leicester City fans. I don't know if this is what they do. They've done okay with the managers, to be fair, with Brendan Rodgers. He was there for a long time, and then Maresca, they were intending on keeping him. It's just that he was poached by Chelsea. So they've never really had a manager under fire for quite some time. And Rodgers was, to be fair, but I don't know if they do the whole you've got 3 games to save your job thing, but they've not had to endure that this season because their owner took action and said, look, out, gone. We're on this stupid merry-go-round thing already, and I just find it like quite disappointing that we're in the first third of the season and we're trotting. We've got that mentality about us. He has to win on Monday. West Ham need to win on Tuesday, but Lopetegui especially has to win on Tuesday. There's absolutely no reason. I don't care about new manager bounce. I'm not having it. Ruud van Nistelrooy is going to have about 2 or 3 training sessions with his players, and that is it. And he's in there. He's not coming into a winning team. He's coming into a team that's just been slapped at the weekend. And Ruud van Nistelrooy, while he wasn't in charge for that game, he was the manager of the football club by then. So he was there watching it. The players knew. The new gaffer's there watching us. So if there was any, I'm going to impress the new man and roll my sleeves out, there was none of that from Leicester. So it's that whole saying, you can't polish a turd, but you can put sprinkles on it. Well, we better not get beat by a turd with sprinkles. That's all I'm saying. So there's no excuses from Lopetegui. And this whole learning, maybe we're playing to a different rule book or something. Well, in that case, we'll have 2 points off you for that winner you got against Man United, because that wasn't in the rule book.
It certainly wasn't, was it? Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's just pathetic, really. Anyway, right, before I ask you if you're confident, Gonzo, can you promote the online store?
I can. Look, the online store it's tough at this time of year, particularly to know what to get people. But if you're looking to buy for a West Ham fan, it's very hard not to laugh when you do that. If you're looking to buy a present for a West Ham fan, Hammers Chat got the best shop. I know I would say that, but it's true. It's called hammerschatstore.com, right? hammerschatstore.com. We've got a lot of really, really good clobber there. We've got, honestly, so much stuff. T-shirts, books. I think we got the best selection of West Ham books out there, above and beyond anyone else, including the club shop. There you go. I've said it now. We got T-shirts, hoodies, hats, beer mats. Honestly, so much stuff. I'd bore your senses telling you about it. The link is in the description below in case you can't remember, hammerschatstore.com. But it is there. By the way, if you are a patron, you get big discounts. Standard 10%, Gio.
Supporters tier 10%, Mayor Addicts 20%, Addicts 30%.
30%, Addicts 30%. We've got half price Addicts still going on at the moment as well. So if you're a little bit clever, sign up to Patreon and go and do your Christmas shopping at our Hammers Chat shop.
And if you buy a Christmas jumper before Christmas, you get a free packet of beer mats, which are worth £7.50 in the store. And if you are going to order anything, please order it ASAP, because the week after next,
He's busy.
Life's a way to get turned upside down, and getting orders done and out is going to be tricky. So if you order before Wednesday, it will arrive on Saturday this week. Gonzo, are you confident?
Very much so.
Are you?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Not even a doubt. Our players are so good, and I firmly believe this, irrespective of what Van Nistelrooy has done or is going to do in the future. We've got Jared Bowen. We've got Lucas Paqueta. We've got Mohammed Kudus coming back. We've got Max Kilman. We have got, let's be fair, our right back is better than Vinicius Jr. And we have the best right back in Europe at the moment playing for West Ham, and he don't even stay there. He don't even care. He's like there's no magic. He's a unicorn.
Yeah.
I was going to go with Traveller. He goes anywhere he wants. He don't care. Honestly, he'll pop up anywhere and he will cause you absolute bother and possibly even score a goal. So, it comes down to players, Gio, and I think that Lopetegui. I don't think Lopetegui is in terms of the managers. I think we have a manager that is. I'll be kind now. Is bottom third in the Premier League. I don't think he's one of the best managers. I don't think he's top half. I think the majority, if everybody lost their manager now, and there were 19 clubs looking for a new coach, I still don't think Lopetegui would be hired by any of the other clubs. Right? I just don't think. I don't think anyone wants him. I could list clubs now, and if you said, "Do you fancy losing your manager?" and you can have Lopetegui, they would all say no. They would all, and I mean even Ipswich and Southampton would say no. Everyone says no. No one wants him.
I mean, to flip it round, I'd swap Lopetegui for either of those two managers.
Oh, so would I. Absolutely. So but do I think he can put the back four in a row and then play Soler with Paquetá and then all he's got to do is select Jared Bowen? I think he's got that in him. I think he can do that stuff. So and I think he's got a point to prove. And it is remarkable, isn't it, how when West Ham managers have a must-win game, they turn into Sir Ralph Ramsey and they just win the game, don't they? So
yeah, but it's just one game.
I know. Yes, and by the way, let me just say this: I am very, very confident we beat Leicester and lose to Wolves. Okay, and Bournemouth, I'm not confident about at all. So please don't think I'm overly cocky. I think West Ham are going to win the league or anything like that. I just think in this game we are going to win.
Whilst I don't believe in the new manager bounce thing as such for Leicester, it is going to make it a difficult place to go in terms of the crowd. The one thing we've got slightly in our favour is that Leicester fans were buzzing with the appointment of Van Nistelrooy. And then 24 hours later, they got slapped by Brentford. So that good feeling disappeared pretty quickly. They got that reminder. You've still got a crap team. Have a bit of that. However, on Tuesday night, I think Brentford's game will be in the back of their mind. They'll forget it as much as they can. They'll be up for it. They'll give them a big welcome. And we've got to kill that a bit like what we did to Newcastle. Newcastle fans were loud on Monday night and we took an early lead and it shut them up a little bit. And then we started keeping the ball as and when we could. And in the second half, the fans started cleaving out with 20 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And I think we need an element of that on Tuesday. Just try and get an early goal and just quieten that place, because if they score first, I do think that place will be rocking a little bit, and it'll be the Van Nistelrooy factor as such. I'm confident too, for the same reason as Gonzo. I don't rate Leicester, although I don't necessarily rate us. He doesn't need to do anything magical to win this game. He just needs to get the basics right, and that could and possibly should be enough to get all 3 points on Tuesday. And we bloody need to get them, because should we lose, we're very close to the relegation zone. On Saturday night after the game, I went downstairs. It was still on the programme. They were just wrapping up the show, and they said, "Oh, next up for West Ham is Leicester City, team in and around them at the bottom of the table." And I thought, they're not wrong. But it's things like that hits you, because I don't really look at the league table that much. And then it's like, bloody hell, we are close. Then it flashed up today between the two games, between Chelsea game and Liverpool game, the league table come up. I thought, wow, we lose. We're like right in that relegation mix with Wolves and Bournemouth and then Southampton, Brighton coming up as well, the other way around. good fixtures, but not easy fixtures. This is the easiest fixture he can possibly have, really. Leicester City.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm confident. Any final words, Gonzo? And your all-important score prediction, please.
No, I hope that the players can, not be too damaged by what happened against Arsenal, and they have the perfect excuse to put it out of their mind, which is the manager wasn't there. Things would have been different if the manager was stood on the touchline. If they could tell themselves that and make themselves believe that, they're doing a bloody good job, quite frankly. But I think it just allows them a little bit of escapism in that. Focus on the task at hand, put all the square pegs in square holes, get the job done, and I think we win 3-0.
Oh, wow, that's a big victory. I hope you're right then, to be honest with you. I'm rooting for you on Tuesday night.
Thank you.
I'm going to say we win. I don't know, actually. Our defence has been all right recently, so I'm going to say 2-0. I think we'll win 2-0 on Tuesday night. Anyway, let us know what you think in the comments below. Let us know the team you want to see Lopetegui play and how you're feeling ahead of the match. Please do drop a like on this video by clicking thumbs up, subscribing to Hammers Chat. 8:15 kickoff on Tuesday evening. So we will be live at 7:10. All the games are on Amazon Prime next week for anyone wondering. Everyone plays during the week and they're all on Amazon Prime. But 7:10, we're live on this channel. You're going to the game, enjoy it. If not, come back, join us at 7:10. And myself and Gonzo, catch you in a bit.